the power of the technology of the cameras and the sensors combined, we can see that we can turn any place into a smart space. So as I transition now, I want to show you the Vision Portal. So under cameras, I can jump to Meraki Vision Portal. I'll just open that in a new tab. So remember earlier I mentioned if you're an IT director or an IT personnel on the call today, most likely you'll be living in this dashboard. But I'm sure you have people that you work with that are only going to really care about the cameras at the end of the day, right? Which is why we designed the Vision Portal. So off the bat, it's a little bit of a different view. We can upload a physical map of the environment here on the top left, where we can jump from camera to camera directly from this map view. So imagine if you're following a person of interest throughout a scene and you wanted to see which areas he traversed and you wanted to move from camera to camera. This makes it a whole lot easier to do, especially understanding the environment of your space. We can also set tags of cameras as well. So as you're designating these cameras, it's oftentimes recommended that you set tags so it's easier for you to navigate. And let's say I wanted to pull up all the cameras that come up with a bike tag. As I type in bike, I can then go ahead and populate all the cameras with that tag. And then from there, I can jump from, again, camera to camera directly from this map view. Thumbnail previews on the left. So even if this is my first time using the system, it's really easy for me to navigate. That motion search function is still available, and all functions transition over to this Vision Portal as well. So everything I showed you, right, in terms of the grid view, the natural language search, um, exporting functions, sharing functions, everything transfers over here as well. So it makes it really intuitive, really easy for us to use the system really from at the drop of a dime. What's unique in this view though is as I'm in this individual camera view, let's say now I wanted to say, okay, I want to go to the grid view now. I want to go to a video wall to show all the cameras in my bike room. Well, up at the top, I can hit related walls and then I can hit bike room. And then it takes me to my bike room video wall because it's associated with that individual camera. So now I can toggle between an individual camera to a grid view really easily to understand what happens throughout multiple different scenes, all from a single dashboard. From here, I can also export the clip, share the clip, everything I just showed you earlier, all seamlessly integrated from the dashboard to the Vision Portal. This Vision Portal can be saved as a progressive web app on a computer, laptop, wherever you're at. So it's super easy for you to just pull this up, view it real time wherever you're at. I'm going to jump back to the dashboard now and show you one more thing before I jump back into my presentation. So from the cameras tab, I wanted to show you sensors. So those empty environmental sensors I was mentioning earlier all integrate into the same dashboard. And from here, again, we have the ability to monitor various factors in your environment. So for example, let's say I wanted to go to my door entrance camera, or I'm sorry, sensor, as we see an alert that was triggered. And then from there, we can get different readings of when that sensor or that door was opened or closed, what camera it's associated to, what area of the office it's linked to. And then from there, if I wanted to jump to, for example, the camera, I can go ahead and click into the camera and it would show me all of its status updates across that same dashboard. I won't go too deep into the weeds here because there's a lot to show. But if you are interested in a more in-depth demo or even interested in a free trial of our sensors, please don't hesitate to reach out as I'd be happy to set that up for you. Now,
Hey, Josh, we had a question before we move on.
Sure.
One of the questions was, is it possible to give users access to the Vision portal that are not dashboard users for other products?
That's a good question. So all camera-only users would be established through the dashboard, and then it would be that user's choice to view it from the dashboard or the Vision portal. However, if they're a camera-only user, even if they logged in via the dashboard portal, they would only see the camera. So it's only whatever permissions you grant them. I hope that
Thank you.
helps.
Perfect.
Great question. So in summary, with understanding the power of the technology of the cameras and the sensors combined, we can see that we can turn any place into a smart space, whether it be a commercial space, whether it's manufacturing, retail, or even in K-12, higher education, state and local government areas, or restricted spaces such as IDFs, MDFs, storage of goods, whatever the case might be. We can not only provide physical security, but also insight into those environments using real-time data, as well as using the integration of all the factors combined to simplify the technology and also save you the time in terms of having to physically manage all these different aspects in your environment. As I mentioned earlier, consider that baseline. So all of our cameras, because they are open API, we work with hundreds of different API or application developers to deliver specific outcomes that our customers might need. So if you need license plate recognition, we can achieve that through a multitude of different factors or application vendors we work with. If you needed different outcomes such as suspicious object detection or PPE detection, we've had a lot of customers in manufacturing that needed to understand if employees are wearing their hard hats or safety vests, or if in a K-12 environment, if an individual steps foot on campus and they're holding a suspicious object or whatever the case might be, we can customize applications to be able to develop that. So I highly encourage you to check out apps.meraki.io. This is considered like your app store, right, on your Android or your iPhone. It's fun to check out the different apps we're developing as well as that we're working on. But more importantly, how your platform is set up for success to future-proof your environment, because you can always add these applications at any point in time. So again, kind of summarizing how our portfolio fits together. So not just from a networking perspective, but also from an IoT perspective. And then from there, all the different APIs and ecosystem partners we work with to deliver these specific outcomes, as you can see on the right.